Hey, what's going on? Alex Weinberg here. Today I want to look at the mergesort function in Python. I know there's a bunch of different tutorials out there on this, loads of resources. I'm just using this as an opportunity to better understand it myself by showing what I'm doing in my work and also demonstrating my knowledge on the subject. So let's get started. So first off, we are going to define the function as mergesort, and we'll pass in an array or a list as an argument. And this function is going to be called recursively, so we actually have to make sure that only happens when the length of the array is greater than 1, because we're going to be splitting the array into smaller and smaller pieces to work on. So now we can define the left array and right array, which essentially breaks the main array into two pieces, split right down the middle. So we can use this slicing syntax and essentially get one array that is the left half of the list and one array that is the right half of the list. Now that we have those defined, we can go ahead and call the mergesort function on itself with those passed in as the argument. And this will essentially just break them down into smaller and smaller pieces until the length of them is not greater than 1, as defined in the first line of the function. So then we can define some variables that will essentially keep track of where we are in each list. So I will correspond to the left list, J will correspond to the right list, and K will correspond to the main list that we'll be updating. So then we can start a while loop that says while I is less than the length of the left array and J is less than the length of the right array. So then we can compare the values of the left and right array at those indexes. So if left array at index I is smaller than right array at index J, then that means that that value is going to go first in the main array. So we can say array at K will equal left array at index I. And then we increment the I counter by 1, so we're checking the next value. And if that's not the case, otherwise that means that the right array at index J was smaller than the left array at index I, then we will give the array at K the value at the right array at index J, and then we'll increment J by 1. And outside of this conditional statement, we'll increment K by 1 because either way, we've taken care of the value at that index at the array, and we're moving on to the next one. So once that while loop concludes, that means that either the left array or right array is finished. So now we have to account for the case where there is still some in the left array or still some in the right array. So if there is still values in the left array, we will just assign the array at index K equal to the value at index I in the left array, and we'll increment both I and K by 1. And then I can essentially just copy the same thing down here and change some of the values to account for if we still have values in the right array and the left array is done. So we'll just change I to J, and we'll change left to right. So that should pretty much do it for the mergesort function. So now we can test it out and just make sure that I did everything correctly here. So I'll make a test array with just a bunch of random numbers. And then let's call the mergesort function on our test array. And let's print the results. And hopefully we should see a sorted list. Perfect. So that's pretty much it for the mergesort function. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back with some more in the near future. Please stay tuned.